Okay, let's take a look at the latest batch of introductions. Number 50. 50, not bad. It's been going on for quite a while now. So, let's have a look. What's the topic? So, at the present time, the population of some countries includes a relatively large number of young adults compared with the number of older people. So it's advantages outweigh disadvantages. So this is the key word here. Outweigh. So is one side stronger? So compared with more young people, do the advantages of that, are they stronger than the possible disadvantages? So, step one, to write a good introduction, we paraphrase. At the present time, or currently, or nowadays, a relatively large number, a high number of young adults, young people, younger citizens, etc. In comparison to, compared with, etc. Older people, elderly. Well, elderly is not necessarily older. So older people, older ones. There's not, to be frank, there's not a lot that you can actually change with older people. Mature is not the same. Elderly. You could maybe use elderly, but that usually means quite old. So you've got to be careful there. Now, what's the main ideas? Well, we have to first answer the question: do they outweigh the disadvantages? And I think yes. So, what are the possible advantages? So, if you're going to say it outweighs, then you need 2 against 1. Obviously, otherwise it doesn't outweigh. Of course, if you don't believe it does, you can say no. Or you can say the disadvantages, in fact, are stronger than the advantages. You are the author, your choice. However, for this particular example, more young people means more workers. Now, in many countries these days, we need, people working, paying taxes to pay for the pensions of older people or retirees or pensioners. And if you've got more young people, usually, if they are working, you have a strong economy. However, the disadvantage, a large retired a population, because young people age as well. So if you're not careful, you might have more retirees or pensioners in the future. So it's a kind of a trade-off. But this is just to give you some ideas how you want to write it. I say that's up to you. If you want to say the advantages do outweigh, if you want to say no, in fact the disadvantages are stronger, if you want to say, well, actually no, I think it's even, there's this advantage and it trades off against this possible disadvantage. So however you do it, up to you, but you have to make sure you answer the question. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. So, a sample. Currently, some countries have a larger number of young people in comparison to older ones. So, we paraphrased the topic. In my view, the benefits of such a high number of younger citizens do outweigh, so I'm specifically answering the question, any possible disadvantages as, and these are my reasons, an outline sentence, as more young people means more workers, therefore more production and a stronger economy. However, in the longer term, a large youth population will eventually translate to a large retired population. So, this is what you basically need. We want to avoid empty sentences. In this essay, I will discuss both views. In this essay, I will consider the advantages and give some reasons. Empty sentence. Give some idea of where it's going. Okay, some idea. Okay, production, economy, more retirees. So give some idea where it's going. Okay, right. One of the most important concerns in countries is the age of the society. Okay, but it doesn't say it doesn't say that, does it? What do I keep saying? Add nothing, omit nothing. It doesn't say that. What does it say? At the present time, some countries have a large number of young adults. An obvious example of this, I think, is that of India. I know quite a few Indian lads over here, and I was reading, and they told me 60% of the country is under 25, or something ridiculous. It's a ridiculously high number of young people under 30, under 25, which is quite a lot. So, currently some countries have a large number of young people in comparison to older ones. Well, the most important concerns, okay, right, doesn't say anything about that. Doesn't say anything about it's a concern. If you want to put that in your body paragraph, you don't have to say, it in your introduction. These days, younger people's suspicion natural increase in comparison with old people or older people. Okay, now you've answered the question, but what are they? So this could do with a bit of reworking. I think we don't need that. Just get to the point. These days, in some countries, and let's go back. Some countries, that's what it says. Are we? All countries? No, in some. So, nowadays, as a result of human progress, the population of mankind has been soaring. Irrelevant. In this regard, the population of the youngsters is higher than the elderly. In some countries, not all. In my opinion, this trend brings more disadvantages than what? So, don't need that. It doesn't say that. Doesn't say that. It says in some countries, because it's not in everyone. As a matter of fact, in most of the West, the opposite is true. The opposite. We have an aging population or demographic in Western Europe and in Japan too. It's in Japan, America, Western Europe, etc. In China too. The population of old people is higher. It's only in some countries. I think Iran, I'm not quite sure. I think I read about it, but certainly in India, much higher percentage of youngsters. So it's not, every country. So that's not quite what it says. So again, add nothing, omit nothing. In some countries, a balance between the growing number of youth and the elderly is tilted in favour of the first. Is it now tilted in favour of the first? You mean there are more? This rise in the number of young people can have both positive and adverse implications. Well, implications mean something that is implied. It's not actual or positive yet. However, it appears to me that because of youth are working groups, society generally healthier than the elderly benefit situation, I don't see its drawbacks. Okay, that's not too bad. Oops. Come here. Not too bad. I would make it a little bit easier to read. Don't try and show off to the examiner. Just make it clear. I can see where it's going, but it's not, it could be a little clearer. In recent years, the young population of countries is in comparison to elderly people. Okay, that's good, yeah. Personally believe this phenomenon brings economical and social advantages. These countries which outweigh special disadvantages. Okay, so that's not too bad. So I would expect in the essay you to be explaining what these are. However, it would also be interesting for you to put what you think the disadvantages or disadvantage, because it says outweigh. So I would be expecting you to talk about these, but I would also expect you to, in the introduction, maybe give me some idea of what you think the disadvantages are. Nowadays, in some nations, population of youngsters rise from the proportion of elderly. Okay. Disadvantages to population of people, societies, benefits more from a great number of young generation of young people. Okay, but the question would then be, what are they? To make this introduction a little better, if you give us some clue as to what you think those might be. It is well known, is it? All right. Some countries' population adults are more than in comparison with two, eh? To the amount of elder ones. Elders? You mean elderly. And this has brought its own advantages and disadvantages for the communities. How many communities do you have? From my perspective, the advantages of this fact are overweigh. You mean outweigh. The disadvantage. Empty sentence. No thanks. So you answer the question, but then you have to go and spoil it. Within this essay, I will. Yeah. Nah, don't think so, son. Nowadays, a population of the younger generation, in some developing net. Where does it say that? It doesn't say. Doesn't say where. It doesn't say. It says some countries. While a young population, in some cases, some advantages. Okay. Which are you planning on telling me? Okay, nowadays some nations around the world have experienced a growing number of youth in comparison with the old. Well, in comparison what? So, a growing number of young people compared with old or older people. What? I think that this can be both useful. What can be both useful and harmful? You need to restate the topic. Adults, well, they're adults too, they're just younger. But detrimental point, no idea what that is talking about. According to recent population distribution, where does it talk about that? The percentage of young people in some countries, almost. Well, it's not almost, is it? It says it definitely is. What's it say? Includes a relatively large number. So it is. It's not, where are we? Almost. It says it is definite. Possible drawback of being a society could be missing experienced people in youngsters' lives. Okay. But maybe this sounds beneficial, or sounds what it is. More effective workforce and high life. Well, what does that mean? High life expectancy. Life expectancy is just old people may live to 80, 90, 100. I mean, young people that's alive now, we've got no. So I'm not quite sure what that is referring to. You would have to explain that in the essay, because it's not very, very clear at all. So, not too bad. Some of these are okay. Some need a little bit of work. You know, what are you talking about? Again, give some idea, give some outline. You know, just give the reader something. I see quite a lot of these haven't actually said. You know, what's that? 5 or 6? Or is it 7? of these introductions haven't actually said. I think it's even more. So, okay. So, as we've seen, quite a few of these introductions don't really tell the reader anything. Some restate the topic quite well, some don't. But a lot of them, for some reason, don't seem to give any indication of where the essay is going. Now, I would always try and, give the reader some kind of a clue. The possible advantages are, the disadvantages are, blah, 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 So, not too bad. Now, we've chosen a winner. Well, a winner. We've chosen an essay at random, and I'll be commenting on that in a bit, and we'll post that on the channel also. So, that'll do for now. We'll post another topic in the next day or two for number 51. Okay, I'll see you later.